Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to race number 2, season 2 of our F1 My Team career mode. And today we've got the Bahrain Grand Prix. There's not a lot to go through before we get into the race. We've got limited R&D points. We've already done the simulator training for Mick Schumacher. I'm just going to quickly double check if we can afford anything here, which I don't think we can. So let's just go and get into the Bahrain Grand Prix weekend.
I recommend we could go for something like this.
Right, we're going to get that chassis upgrade done now. We don't want to develop and rush it, do we? That'll be done in time for the race. Rush development will be the 2nd of April. Standard will be the 14th. So we rush it, we'll get it done before Vietnam. No, we're just going to develop it normally because Vietnam I'm going to struggle around anyway. I did last season, I probably will this season. But yeah, we'll just do that one on the chassis.
Okay, I know you're eager to get out there, but I'm going to need you to be patient for a few minutes. We're just trying to zero in on an oil leak.
So now we have an oil leak at the start of this session. It's going well for us. So because I forgot to get an actual setup for this race, I've, for the first time ever, just done my own relative setup. So I don't know how it's going to work. I have no idea, didn't use it in practice. I'm using it in qualifying here for the first time. Let's see what it does. Good enough to beat many people. But we're about to cross the line. We'll see where it's going to put us. Our first lap of quali puts us into P10. Okay, that ain't bad at all. I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
With qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Leclerc, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Well, we dropped down the field a little bit. We're starting in P15, where we finished the last race. So hopefully, we can push forward from there. But I'm not optimistic. But let's just hope for the best. If we go out there and do a very good race, then I can see us pushing forward. We need to get a good start. But let's go and probably speak to Emma before tomorrow's Grand Prix.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment?
Yet again, none of them.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
That's a plan. Keep an eye on me tomorrow and you'll see something special.
Well, thanks anyway.
The stage is set for another enthralling race here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. A Ferrari stronghold in years gone by, but will they be able to add to their record today? Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's have a chat about Williams. We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Stroll, Verstappen, Daniel Kvyat, and Perez, Sainz, Gasly, Albon, and Lando Norris. Vettel, they've taken a grid penalty. Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas, and Giovinazzi, Buchan, Raikkonen, Kevin Magnussen, and Esteban Ocon. Schumacher, Grosjean, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Okay, let's see if we can push for a top half finish today. Come on, we know you can do it.
Well, according to our strategy, it's going to be a one stop here from medium to hard. So I'm going to go with what the team are saying. But if any safety cars happen, then we may change strategy. But let's get into the 5 red lights. Five red lights. And away we go here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Nice little phase at the start here. We managed to go down the inside of a couple drivers, make a little move, and pass Bottas and the Red Bull. But then they get us back at the second. Down the inside of Albon, but for some reason, Giovinazzi on the inside just rammed us. A little bit wide. Ooh. Our car does not feel good this season. It just feels a complete mess. I literally think it felt better last season than it does this year.
Alright, we're looking good so far.
Got Albon alongside of us. We're going to use the ERS and the Ritz fix just to stay in front of him for now. Have damage for him to be coming in. It looks like he's got some front wing damage after potentially ramming us, I think. Alex Albon's in the pits now. What's happened to Alex Albon? He's having a front wing change as well. He must have clipped the back of us, because I'm pretty sure he rammed us through one of the corners.
Gap to teammate behind is 6.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 15th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 32.7.
We're lapping 6 tenths a lap faster than our teammate, but that shows about where our car is at the moment. We're not really meant to be up here. We're currently in P7, so people are pitting. But we're not really supposed to be up this far in the grid. Expect. He's in the pits. Bottas in as well. Are we going to lead a lap?
We advise moving to mix 2.
Oh, we could be able to get our objective of leading 2 laps here.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
Hamilton with the fastest lap of the race. He's flying. And then Bottas beats that lap as well. The Mercedes are rapid.
Losing a small amount of time.
We're going into lean now because we need to be saving some ERS. But we did lead the 2 laps, which is something. But Norris makes a move on us. We're going to try and run him in a bit deep, and we do. We get the DRS because he overtook us just before the DRS zone. So hopefully we can just use DRS here. And we can. Lovely. And get like 3 constructors points as well. That'd be good if we can achieve that one too. Lando's alongside of us, and I think he's going to make the move, but we're going
Okay,
to
we lost the position.
drive in a bit deep, and we make the overtake again. We're just pestering Lando at this point, because he's in a car that's much, much better than ours, in the McLaren. But we're just ruining his race by holding him up. You can see Hamilton and Leclerc catching as well, the distance. We're not going to fight this one this time from Lando, we're going to let him go.
We want to pit this lap, so push now.
We're going to go a little bit defensive, but we're not going to use any ERS or rich mix. We run him in deep again, we actually hold on to the position again, and get DRS. We're doing okay here with the battery saving and the fuel saving at the moment. That's the idea at the moment, save a little bit of fuel, save some battery, and then box at the end of this lap for the hards. But I think everybody else around us is making a two-stop. Hamilton definitely is. Leclerc definitely is. Should be able to hold on to this position from Lando until at least the pit stops. I'm hoping he pits with us because I think otherwise he'll overcut us massively. Corner to box into the pits this lap. And the pit stop seems to have gone just okay, and we are coming out just in front of Lando. So we hold on to the position. Beautiful from the pit crew. Let's see if we can get the temperature into these tyres before Lando does, and we might be able to pull a gap. Up into P12. Okay, so we're 2 places off the points, and we've got some 2-stoppers in front of us. Gasly's on a 2-stop, and so's Ocon from the looks of things. I think that's a mistake from both of them, to be fair, because I would say we can probably keep the gap to under a pit stop. So we could be on for some points. I'm hoping Mick's on a 1-stop. Mick is on a 1-stop, so that's a good relief for us. Couple cars in the pits here. We're jumping up into P7 for now. As you can see here, we're coming down the pit straight. Max coming out the pits. We'll try and brake a little bit later and just swoop around the outside of him while he's on the top. Into P6 for now. Obviously, he's going to pass us again. But the longer he takes to pass us, we can wear his tyres out. That's the plan here. And have Gasly. Has Gasly and... Yeah, Gasly and Ocon have pitted. Okay. Max has not got the straight line speed to compare with us to compete. So hopefully, if we get the ERS and the rich mix off the corners, if we save it for the straights, then we'll be okay. The Red Bull's superior in the corners, but then on the straights we're superior.
3.9 seconds.
And just hopefully out-drag the Red Bull car. And we pass Bottas right now as well. Bottas is in the pits. We're into P4. What's going on here? These 2-stoppers have really blown it. If we can defend, we could be on for some massive points today. He didn't hackle us down this straight, which is great. Use ERS off the corner, and he's got nothing. He's got nothing in comparison. Get on the ERS, get the rich mix, just try and defend down this pit straight. This is where we really need to save it all for. And he's got nothing to compete with us. DRS down this straight if we can. And we do well there to like block off the corner, so Max gets no speed off of it. And he's dropped massively back.
Behind is 11.0 seconds.
A little bit more in you. I just need a tiny bit more from the car here. Max is coming. We're braking early because we don't want to overrun into the corner. And we're just about to defend the position. We're fighting for a podium here. I don't know how this has even come around, but we are fighting for a podium. Sorry, catching. Oh dear.
Be aware we expect the grid.
Bit of a mistake there. Verstappen passes us. Can we get him back? We're making the move back on Max after losing it from that mistake. Lovely overtake to get our position back. We are fighting hard for this podium at this point. We can't be affording to make that many mistakes like we just did, because we will lose the position, and we could lose. We'd actually lose the points if we make a big mistake. There's so many cars in this bit behind us. We're making a train. Aboard the Jordan train. Lando's getting a bit punchy behind us now. We need to use the ERS that we saved here and the Ritz mix just to get away a little bit.
By 13.8 seconds.
Another mistake into that turn, and we're going to go for the move back on Max because we're not giving up this podium. Collision with Max Verstappen there because he drove into us. But we're going to make the move back onto him into this turn. Just about. We are defending like our life depends on it for this position. We're going to start the final lap of the race. We've saved ourselves a lot of ERS. We should be able to just get away from them a little bit.
This is your final lap of the race.
Max has made a mistake. Max has lost a position or two. The final turn, we're just going to keep it on. Brake hard. Come around the final turn for a P3 here in Bahrain. I have no idea how we've done this, but on the podium. Get in there.
You did really well. Super driving.
And no surprise, getting driver of the day as well. From 15th to 3rd. What a result.
That's it for another spectacular Grand Prix here in Bahrain, and a real champion's drive to take the win. Ant, talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team. And they certainly deserve it.
Look at us up there in 3rd place. Over the moon with that. I can't believe we actually got it. I'm in pure shock. But somehow got ourselves a P3 here in Bahrain.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. After an incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton secures the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Buchan. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today, as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Absolutely thrilled with that. We defended, and like I was saying, if we made one mistake, that would have put us down in 14th place. So we're very, very lucky that we were driving very, very pristine. We've done exactly what we needed to do. And when we did make the mistake, we made the overtake back on Verstappen. But overly thrilled with a P3.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Appreciate your time.
I only answered 3 questions because I refused to give a rival, so that's a bit disappointing. Mick's up to 9 acclaim though. And look at that, 554k. Because we led some laps. And up to £7.87 million. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to be leaving today's episode. If you are new around here, please subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. And I've been Chris12LFC, and I will see you later.